Welcome everyone to the second round of the Swiss rounds from IDC 26. My second opponent is Marquito73. I think this is his first appearance in IDCs. He is a French player, so I don't think we've had any other French players before him, so he might just be the first one. So happy to see another nation joining IDCs. So we're both playing Water Darkness Aggro, but his deck is a bit slower than mine because he plays stuff like Aqua Surfer, Terror Pit, Lost Soul, and even Energy Stream. While my deck is playing more 2-drop creatures, and my shield triggers are lower cost like Spiral Gate and Giga Balza. I think I am favored in this matchup just because my deck is faster, but his deck is also not bad because he has a higher trigger count and his triggers are better quality because of that, because they're higher cost. So unfortunately my Melia got bounced by Spiral Gate, but then now I went for Aqua Hulkus turn 3 and then again turn 4 plus on Aqua Guard, which is really good tempo. He has an Aqua Hulkus of his own. Let's see what he does. So he's going for Melnia and then Emerald, which is a card that my deck doesn't play because I try to make my deck a lot more aggressive. So I put the Darkness 2-drops instead of Emerald. Yeah, it's clear that he doesn't have much IDC experience because I've designed my Water Darkness aggro more around the IDC meta, while his deck is more suited in general against more mid-rangey or aggro-ish decks. So here I think I'm gonna go for Spin Slicer. Probably, yeah. Okay, so I'm choosing to go Spin Slicer and Melnia to have more attackers. He's bouncing my Melnia, which is interesting because I just summoned it, so he couldn't attack. If I were him, maybe I would bounce Aqua Hulkus just to delay me a bit. But maybe he has a Spin Slicer of his own, that's why he wants to bounce my Melnia. I know he also plays Spin Slicer. Aqua Guard, Melnia, maybe Spin Slicer as well. And he evolves Aqua Hulkus, so he has an extra blocker for defense. And I even write in the chat that I'm surprised, I wasn't expecting him to also use Spin Slicer. Yeah, he trades into Spin Slicer with Melnia, which I think is the right call, because otherwise he can just run over the Aqua Guard. Here I think I go for double. Okay, so I don't go for double Melia, interesting. So I'm choosing to attack his Emerald to take his pressure away from me, I guess. And I'm thinking here if I wanna go in with Aqua Holcus, but I don't think I do because he can just attack it with Spin Slicer next turn. Next turn I can do a discard plus a Melnia. But he discards me first, he takes away my Melnia, which would be really good to go through Aqua Guard. And if I remember correctly, he will trade his Melnia into my Spin Slicer. He said he tapped the wrong mana, and I think I just let him untap it. It's just a Swiss round, so I don't mind if people make early mistakes. Especially since the IDC is held at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning. People take time to wake up. So again, he trades Melia into Spin Slicer, which I think is the right call. And here I get a Lucky Ball, which is really nice. Allows me to get more options. I don't know why I don't charge Giga Balsa. Yeah, okay, I charge it, good. Because when you get more options with Lucky Ball, you want to have more mana to summon more creatures. Let's see what he does. Another Melnia. And he keeps up the pressure with Spin Slicer. I respect it. I think here I'm charging the Aqua Guard, and so I can summon Spinning Terror, Giga Balsa and Aqua Guard, because I want to be able to add more pressure myself. Or at least that's what I remember. I think the last card in his hand is Aqua Surfer or Terror Pit, something like that. So I decide to not play an Aqua Guard, which is a bit risky because if he top decks a Spiral Gate, he can just go for game. So maybe I would have done it differently. Maybe I do it this way so I can summon even more blockers after that. He probably drew a 2-drop, or maybe he's thinking about his attack sequence. I think I would personally go in with Spin Slicer first, and then Melnia. Because you don't know if I'm playing Terror Pit. If I'm playing Terror Pit, you wanna keep your Spin Slicer intact. And here, I'm gonna make a really stupid mistake. I see I have 5 attackers and he has 2 Aqua Guards, a shield, but I don't count the Spin Slicer as a blocker, even though I played myself, so I'm gonna try to go for game. And he's gonna take the shield break, so he destroys my... And then I confidently tap my 3 creatures, because I think I win. I even type GG. And here I'm confused, but Spinning Terror still goes through, right? Because you only have 2 blockers. But I forget Spin Slicer can actually block. I even had to double check. Oh yeah. I don't know what this brain fart was, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just writing that I forgot about Spin Slicer, and I think I'm gonna ask him if I can take it back, because this was really stupid. Yeah, and he didn't have to do it, but he understands that. Marquito, if you're watching this, thank you. But yeah, the Lucky Ball still has to be tapped, and the Spin Slicer dies because I already broke a shield. So since he broke a shield, the information was revealed, so I can't take back the shield break, but I can take back the taps if he lets me, and he lets me, fortunately. Yeah, like, I'm playing Spin Slicer for a few tournaments already, and I don't know, I wasn't thinking that he could block. So yeah, don't forget guys, Spin Slicer can block. And I'm not the only one who did this mistake this tournament, so don't be too harsh on me in the comments. So he's going in with Melia, and luckily I have a Spiral Gate. So he would have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers, and if I didn't get his Spiral Gate, it would have been game for him. Yeah, I think he's thinking if he wants to go in, but this game is pretty much over because he only has 2 blockers and I have 4 attackers. And again, if any of you would like to play Duel Masters TCG online, I will leave a link down in the description where you can join the IDC Discord server. We have an information channel on the server where you can see how you can install the hosting platform for the game. It's called Octagon, and then how to install the image pack for the game. And maybe some of you will join and compete in these tournaments as well. They happen once a month on a Sunday, but you do have to wake up a bit early if you're from Europe. Okay, and Marquito starts again. And yeah, Marquito, again, thank you for letting me take back that stupid attack. I don't know how I completely forgot about Spin Slicer being a blocker. So here I'm thinking if I wanna go for Spin Slicer since he can kill it with Melia. Okay, so I'm going for Duel Spider instead. So that I can apply a lot more pressure at once later, I guess. Oh, maybe I'm gonna... Okay, never mind. He just bounces the Duel Spider. Let's see what I do. If I remember, I think I'm going for Guard plus Spin Slicer. I think I want to force him to trade Melia into Spin Slicer so he stops attacking me. Down comes the Emerald, putting down maybe Terror Pit or Surfer. Let's see if there's a follow-up. And yeah, as expected, he trades into Spin Slicer. Now here I discard him because he has 2 cards in hand, and I hit a Lost Soul, which isn't exactly the best hit. I'm not even sure why he didn't charge it. It's not like it's gonna really come up in an aggro mirror match. So just plays an Aqua Hulkus. So I play Aqua Hulkus and follow it up with Propeller Mutant. Now I think I'm gonna go in, not sure. If he has removal for guard, he can just kill my Gigabalza with Aqua Hulkus, so I have to think here. Energy stream is interesting here. Let's see what the follow-up is. And another Melnia. Okay, let's see. I think I will play Gigabalza here, just to cut down his hand count a bit, and then I think I'm going in. This time I snipe something better. But he gets a trigger. So here I'm like, if he gets another one, he can go for game if he has removal. But I kind of have to take the risk because I need to put some pressure as well. And he gets another one. So at this point I'm like, okay. But I think I still go in because I have to keep putting him on one shield. If he has removal here, he can just remove the blocker and go for game with his attackers. That's what I would do. If I remember correctly, he will trade into my creatures. And he's charging the Aqua Surfer and playing the Terror Pit, which is odd. Personally, I would play Aqua Surfer because this puts the most pressure, sends away the blocker, and also puts another body on board. So here you either go for shields or you trade, but I think you just wanna go for it, to be honest. But because I play Water Darkness aggro, maybe he's afraid that I also have some Aqua Surfers and Terror Pits, which I don't. So here I summon Melnia and I'm not going in because I don't want to break into a Terror Pit or Surfer just yet. I want to threaten lethal before I do that. A few tournaments ago I was also playing Aqua Surfers instead of Spiral Gate, but I find they just break a lot because I don't have a charger, so Spiral Gate is more useful as a tempo tool to remove blockers or counter-attackers, and it's also decent when it comes out of shields. Not as good as Aqua Surfer, definitely, but still decent. I think he's trying to do the same, just build a board until he can threaten lethal. And here I top deck Melnia, which is nice because now I can threaten lethal with Spin Slicer. So that's what I'm gonna do, unless he has the Holio tech. But of course he has Aqua Surfer. So yeah, I take game 2 as well. He really didn't have to let me take back my attack sequence, but he did, thankfully, and thank you for that. I hope I won't make a shameful mistake like that ever again. And yeah, that concludes the round 2. And I also didn't have any triggers, so he could have taken game 2 if he went for shields, but I guess he was too afraid of potential triggers. But when you can threaten lethal, I think the best bet is to just go in and hope for the best. Anyway, if you wish to see what happens in round 3, stay tuned.